Okay, so we did this model in place mass here. And so I'm just going to move this guy over real quick so when we bring our other one in, it'll work. You can also do it as a separate family and do it as in a generic model so you don't have to worry about turning the masses on and off and all that kind of stuff. So the way you do that would be to actually make a separate family. So you go to New Family and go to your English Imperial or whatever you're using and scroll down and pick the generic model adaptive. Open that guy up, and I'm going to real quickly change the background to a solid white here. And same process as before. So again, taking this as a piped line from Rhino, saved out, and I'm just going to go to Insert and Import CAD and go get that guy and open it, and it'll plunk it down here. And then I can go into Create, Reference Line, making sure that Draw on Face and 3D Snapping. And this is not going to be exact. Again, if you want it to be exact, you'll have to sweep a line or something, a straight line along the center of this, because it can't really find the center. But in our case, it's not super important. But then the trick now is just kind of keeping the right snap points so it's horizontal, and not kind of goofy or slightly off. But just going around and making sure that that line is straight and getting this guy up to there, right? And then escape a couple times to stop that. And then I can actually just delete the old model. Don't need it anymore. I've got this guy in here. Then I'll do the same process. Pick a point, and I'm going to make sure that Draw on Face is current, and that'll host it to that line. So if I pick on there, it'll give me a point, and if I pick that point, so I'm going to window around it, that point is hosted to that line. It will not move off of that. And then I can go to Reference and Circle, and I can set this guy current. So I'm setting that as my current work plane and picking the center of that, and then I'll come in and we'll make this like half an inch. Right, and I'll hit escape a couple times to stop the circle command, left click on that circle, hold down my control key, left click on the line, and create form, and it'll put that guy around it. And then what I'm going to do is pick the solid piece, the form that I made. I'm going to put a material parameter on that so we can access it in the project by clicking on this little gray square here and clicking on New Parameter. And I'll put this in as Pipe Mat. And I'll make it an instance so it comes up in the Properties dialog box. I'll click OK and click OK. And then I'll save this to my desktop as pipes. Right, and then I have this file that we used for the mass open. This is a project. This is a family, right? And just to show you, it's a generic model family, so this will be a generic model when it comes in. You could change it to another family category by clicking on this guy, but I don't think there's another one that's better than generic models. I mean, maybe if it was a site thing or something like that, but this will categorize it. And then you can load it into project, right? So it brings it in here, and you can pick and move it around as you will, right? You can also put a material on it. So if I go in and put parking stripe on this one as well, right now they both have parking stripes. So this one is a mass, this one is a separate generic model. If I pick this and go to Edit Family, it opens up that separate file, right, that I made, the RFA file. And then if I come in and pick the mass one, and I go to Edit Family, whoops, nope, not that one. Whoops, I kind of mixed those up a little bit. But what I wanted to show you was if you pick, the separate family that we made, that one goes to Edit Family, and then the mass one actually goes to Edit in Place. And if you click on that, it actually edits it kind of in a sub bit of the project. So this one exists outside of the project, right? And you load it in. It's a generic model, and then and you'll see when you pick it over here it says generic model, and this one is a mass, and so this one exists inside the project as a mass. Okay.